It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got the Chargers' sure-handed wide receiver. He's danced around coverages all year to the tune of 1,400 receiving yards so far. It's the Chargers and the Bills, and it's coming up next.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. And tonight we've got an AFC matchup in store for you, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the LA Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin here on this December Saturday, Week 16. What a weekend of football we have in store. 4 days worth of games. Had the Thursday nighter, 2 here on Saturday, a slate of 10 games tomorrow as you're wrapping those last-minute presents, and then 3 more Monday on Christmas Day.
So quick question for you, partner. Is it possible that I can count this as a gift to all my friends, right? Rather than having to wrap up something else, I present you NFL football and a lot of it.
The second of 2 on this late season Saturday night. The Bills and Chargers, off we go in Week 16. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And when you think about great seasons in recent...
Here's Eckler to begin. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Chargers at 11-3 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Muscles him off. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows? You might get on one of those magical runs.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Eckler. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Eckler again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers for Diggs from a week ago. 4 catches, 112 yards.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They started on the ground with Eckler. A little juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. When you look at this defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Kelly going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Kelly again. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Joshua Kelly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Off the play fake. Allen going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Now he's loose up the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. Cook up the gut. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
Running right, this is Spiller.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 51 yards.
And the Chargers are able to add on to that lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, no surprise to anyone who watches the NFL there. Remember, Josh Allen, 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, added 1 more in the playoffs. In fact, the active leader in touchdowns by a quarterback with 39 coming into 2023. The big horse rides again.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for LA. 71 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run here with Spiller.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Again, Spiller.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Josh Palmer.
A 14-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And quickly they get to the line. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down.
They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Allen now looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And complete right side to Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa A late start here in Florida. It'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ballgame.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a play fake here on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw here.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They'll try the middle with Cook. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Allen going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
L.A. readies for its next possession. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Running right with Kelly. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all living on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line.
They'll try the left side with Spiller. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup.
Give running right is Spiller.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eating up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen from 4 yards out.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The return man, Ty Johnson.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And this is Cook with the ground. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Forced out to his left.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get 1 key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Cook running right. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
It got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff coming left to Spiller. He's got it to the 43 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Touchdown, Allen! Isaiah Spiller, 43 yards. And the Chargers stretch this fourth-quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Allen. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
First down, Bills.
Here's Allen to throw it. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
To the air, Allen. And Diggs has it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Allen to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16.
A gain of 14. And the Bills' first down.
Here's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now this offense and Isaiah Spiller head back out.
So he'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runner. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
115 yards rushing for him now to this point. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Spiller.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Los Angeles, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.